We all know the story of George Bailey, the man who saved Bedford Falls. The man who, with the help of a quirky angel named Clarence, learned that his life was more valuable than he ever realized. But what if we've been looking at this story all wrong? What if George Bailey didn't have a wonderful life at all? What if he was the only one in Bedford Falls who didn't get one?
Forgotten, never brought to mind.
George Bailey had dreams, big ones.
Say, Brainless, don't you know where coconuts come from? Look at here. From Tahiti, the Fiji Islands, the Coral Sea.
A new magazine. I never saw it before.
Of course you never. Only us explorers can get it.
He didn't want to stay in Bedford Falls. He wanted to see the world, build skyscrapers, and do something big.
Big? See, I don't want one for one night. I want something for 1,001 nights. With plenty of room here for labels from Italy and Baghdad, Samarkand. Great big, sir.
And for a moment, it seemed like he might get there. But then tragedy struck.
George, come on home, quick. Your father's had a stroke.
And just like that, George's dreams were gone. No world travel, no skyscrapers, just Bedford Falls. The one place he swore he'd never stay. He gave up his dreams so that everyone else could keep theirs.
Plenty of jobs around if somebody likes to travel. Look at this here. Venezuela oil fields. Wanted, man with construction experience. Here's the Yukon. Right here. Wanted, man with engineering experience.
There was one last chance. Harry was supposed to take over the family business so George could finally get out. It was the perfect plan. But Harry came home with something else, a fancy new job, and once again, George let his brother chase his dreams while he stayed behind. Harry got a career. George got responsibility. Bedford Falls got George, again. At least George still had one dream left, his honeymoon with Mary. The two of them off to explore the world just like he'd always planned. But then came the run on the bank. George could have kept driving, but he didn't. He turned around. He handed over every dollar of his honeymoon savings to save the town. Once again, everyone else was saved. But George's dreams? They disappeared with the last $2 he held in his hand. There was one way out. Potter offered George a job, a big salary. No more debt, no more worries.
Well, what's your point, Mr. Potter?
My point is I want to hire you.
Hire me?
I want you to manage my affairs, run my properties. George, I'll start you out at $20,000 a year.
But George walked away. He turned down the money, the comfort, the stability, all because he wouldn't work for a man like Potter. He did the right thing, but not the easy thing. By the end, George was ready to give it all up. He had given the world so much, and it had given him nothing back. He thought everyone would be better off if he were gone. But even at his lowest moment, George still chose to save someone else. Not himself, Clarence. And in doing so, he gave Clarence something wonderful, his wings. Even in George's darkest hour, he gave someone else a wonderful afterlife. The townspeople came to his rescue, and it was powerful. No man is a failure who has friends, they say. But it's worth asking, did George finally get his wonderful life? Or did he just give it to everyone else? George Bailey's story isn't about his wonderful life. It's about theirs. Bedford Falls was saved. Clarence got his wings. But George, he gave away everything he had. His dreams, his money, his time, his life. So maybe it's not about having a wonderful life at all. Maybe it's about being the reason someone else can.